How's everybody doing today? Switching it up a little bit. Wanted to do this live on a tennis court. So I like to mix up my scenery a little bit and keep it fresh. But there's a reason why I want to do this as well. And I want to start off first by talking about, I've kind of described my daily habits before, but I want to go over it every morning. One of the things I do is I read the Bible. And I am currently reading Ezekiel. I got to 25 today and got the chance to read Ezekiel 25:17. So if those of you that are movie buffs, you might already know where I'm going with this, but, and I apologize, it's bright, so I can't really see who's all in here. Hey, Douglas, how you doing? So Ezekiel 25:17, the movie is actually, if you remember, it's from Pulp Fiction, and Samuel Jackson quotes the Bible on Ezekiel 25:17. And I'm gonna go ahead. What's up, girl? How you doing, Andrea? Yes, tennis pro, that is for sure. So I'm gonna do this Bible quote for you from Samuel Jackson, and then I'm gonna talk about it real quick. So this is the Pulp Fiction Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. Now, it's a powerful quote. I mean, it sounds great, you know? It sounds like a good thing. So I never thought twice. I never questioned that. I bought it 100%. Well, let me tell you that the entertainment industry will not even let the word of the Lord get in the way of telling a good story, okay? And what I mean by that is that's not Ezekiel 25:17. That's not the word of the Lord, right? The only word of the Lord is at the very end of it. The rest of it is a bunch of biblical hodgepodge where they mished and matched a bunch of stuff to make that saying. What's up, Ron? How you doing? And so the point of me telling you this, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and read the actual Ezekiel 25:17 from the Bible for you real quick, which is this. Ezekiel 25:17, I will carry out great vengeance on them and punish them in my wrath. Then they will know that I am the Lord when I take vengeance on them. Well, I'll tell you what, I tell myself over and over, it's not my job to judge. And I think, you know, a lot of us need to do that. So I don't attempt or want to wish any judgment on anyone who's getting out there and misquoting the Lord, because if you read the quote, I don't think it's something you want to toy with. But anyways, that said, what are you feeding your mind with? You know, here's the thing. There's so much garbage out there in our world today that what you put in your brain matters. What food you give your brain to eat matters, okay? And it's really easy to just zone out and let the entertainment industry feed your brain. And let me tell you what, the only thing the entertainment industry cares about is selling tickets, is your money, is good ratings. That's it. They don't care about what happens to you. And, you know, I'm sure that there are people out there that have great employers. But, you know, for the most part, what's your employer care about? That his business is profitable. That's his number one concern. Your happiness is not their number one concern. So, again, what are you feeding your brain? It matters. Because let me tell you, a lot of the people out there that will give you food to feed your brain, they're not giving you real stuff. They're just making crap up to sell some tickets, you know? And what's that going to do for your life? So the other point, and the reason why I'm on this tennis court here, is I want to show you. I want you to be able to see the tennis racket and the tennis ball, okay? Because what I want to talk to you about today is actually the game of tennis in life, okay? So I'm not here to give any tennis instructions on how to play tennis, although I am awesome and I kick butt. Martez, how you doing? What I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about the tennis game that we play in life, okay? And when I heard this was actually pretty profound. It was some pretty helpful stuff. And I've actually heard it from a couple people, literally not watching motivation or anything, but in my life, people that are out there. One was a preacher and one was the iMarkets Live educator that I follow a lot. So anyways, so when I want you to think about when you're having a conversation with someone you care about. It could be your girlfriend, it could be your wife, it could be your mom, your dad, your best friend, maybe it's an employer, whatever. What I'm going to say is a lot of times what's going on is, unfortunately, people sometimes say things, even the people that we care about. They're going to say something to you, right? They're going to throw something at you. And let me tell you, we're all going to get hit with these things over and over and over again. And that's expected. What matters is how you treat that ball when it's coming to you, how you hit it back, Because I'll tell you what, when someone puts you down and someone wants to say something negative to you, and you go, you know what? If I dig deep and I think about all the things about you, and you got the nerve to say that to me, and I think about all the things that you did to me in my life, and I want to bring those up, and I want to throw that right in your face, right? I'm going to tell you what I think about you, okay? And think about that, because I'm sure we've all been there. We've all done it. And I want to know, what did that do for you in your life? Did that put them in their place? Did that solve the problem? Did after you corrected them and you showed them the way, did that make your guys' relationship that much tighter, that much better? And now you guys are best buds and you have a really good understanding of each other at this point? Because I'm going to say probably the answer is no, okay? And so, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there, me included, for a long period of time. I never thought of doing anything different until I heard this message, and it probably took a second time for me to really hear it and sink in. And I'm going to tell you what, it's so hard to do what I'm going to talk to you about doing today, that literally, if you really want to try it, you're probably going to have to put a certain ring on. You're gonna have to write something down on the back of your hand. You're gonna have to do something so you remember, because the problem with this is you never know when life is gonna throw that tennis ball right in your face. You never know who it's gonna come from. You never know when it's gonna come, right? But you can probably already think of a few people in your life that pretty much typically are doing it on a regular basis. And these may be people you care about. They're close to you. You care about their opinion, but they do that to you on a regular basis. And what I want you to do is I want you to have a prepared response, right? I want you to not only not throw that tennis ball back at them, but I want you to be ready for when they throw it to you and you know exactly what to say, right? And that is, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I understand what you're saying. Then I want you to think about all the good things that you really like about that person. And at that point in time, I want you to tell them it. Hey, you know what? I love being around you. I care about you a great deal, okay? And I just want you to know that. If there's something going on in your life, I hope you know you can talk to me about it, right? I hear you, right? And let me tell you, it's really hard to fight somebody that's not fighting back. They're not going to be able to carry on for hour after hour. Matter of fact, you'll see pretty quick that you just completely unarmed your enemy, right? They don't know what to do. They didn't expect that. They were looking for a battle. Why were they looking for a battle? Because they're pissed off, because they're upset, because they're angry, and they just are looking for someone to strike. You know why? Because they're hurting, because something's going on in their life, and it's hurting them. And, let me tell you, they're crying, and you answering them by crying back, it's just two babies in a crib crying next to each other. It ain't doing anything. You're not helping you, and you're not helping them. So if you really want to make things better in your life, to get to that next level, do me a favor. When that ball comes at you, just set it down, right? Don't put it back over the fence. Just set it down. And just go, I hear you. And let me tell you about all the things that are positive about you, that I like about you. Because what they're doing isn't personal to you. So don't take it personal. They're not trying to attack you. They're crying. They're crying for help. So if you care about them, it's your job at that point to help them out. And I'll tell you what, your relationship at that point, when you do that, is going to go to the next level with them. And, so I've already experienced this. I've already seen it. And that's why I'm telling you about it. And, you know, so again, I always talk about my opportunity. You know, what got me to this point right now is, you know, obviously it was a preacher that I listened to in church, and it was also an IML educator talking about being a great trader. You know, in my search to be a great trader, I met a trader that tells you that 95% of it, Brian, is in your head. And he was the one that even when I didn't want to listen to him, I listened to him, because I got to the point where I didn't want to, where I was done. I was fed up, I was sick. And I don't mean to go on forever, but I'm gonna tell one more relevant story. And when I started this journey, and that educator told me, listen to motivation every day. Well, I'll tell you what, one of the first ones I listened to was a Tony Robbins session. And he was talking to business owners about choosing the right employees. And he talked about quitters. And he's like, you don't want to deal with a quitter. Don't sit there and use all your energy and stress in dealing with quitters. It's not worth it, right? They're just gonna quit on you. And at the time, I could sit there and I could tell you, you know, since I had left my restaurant, how many opportunities I had gone through, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And a lot of what he was saying was making sense, only it wasn't helping me. He was talking trash about me. He was saying, you know, forget the quitter. That's all they do in life. They just quit. And I'm gonna tell you what, I got so pissed off. I mean, I felt like he was right in the room with me telling me that I was probably screaming and crying at the same time. And I literally went to his site. He had I couldn't figure out another way to reach him. And so he had a job board, some job. It looked great. It was in New York, and he was ready to pay $250,000. I should have applied for the thing. But you know what? I did apply for it, but not for the job. I applied for it to tell him my peace of mind. You don't know me. Who are you to tell me that I'm a quitter? You know, thanks for encouraging me. Thanks for giving up on me. Your message sucked, you know? And I was just yelling at him. I was screaming, you know, and I was crying. I was hurt, you know, I needed help. And I didn't let that be the end, though. I'll tell you what, I didn't take it personal. I continued to tune in to motivation the next day and the next day and the next day. And I took the advice, and I listened, and I learned, and I did all these things, and I saw, you know, really my life turn around and transform. And, you know, and I spent 4 or 5 months doing what I'm doing, and now I'm here. My mission is to help other people. So if you're out there and you're in that situation, you want to turn some things around, do me a favor, get hold of me, reach out. I would love to help you. I would love to do what I can do. So PM me. But regardless, if you reach out to me for my opportunity or something else, you know, my point of being here and doing this is I want the best for you. I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you, and I want you to get to that next level in your life. So that's all I got for you today. I wish everybody the best and hope you have a great day. Get out there and get it. Take care.